seconds. It's editing me, popping in to say hello. I realized I didn't do an intro for this video, and you know, we need to do intros so that you guys know what's going on. But this is going to be a reading vlog. I'm going to just be taking you with me over the week while I read some books, talk about a few things, and just really kick this off. The books that I've been touching on this week have been The Assistant to the Villain, Haunting of Hill House, House Across the Lake, and Leather and Lark, which is my audiobook. I hope you guys enjoy. I just started the reading vlog, and he's ready to go under the blankets. Clawing at him to go. He's on my feet, which means I have to leave one foot extended so that he can be comfortable. The things we do for our puppies. So I have one leg bent up, and I have one hanging off the edge of the bed because I was too hot with the dog. Well, the dog just crawled up the bed and now is laying on the foot that's bent up because he needs to be touching me at all times, which is super cute, right? Page 5, and this is already funny. Like, she was rinsing her face in a river to like calm her nerves and stuff, and just try to calm herself because she lost her job, and all of a sudden it turned red from blood. So, you know, like any sane person would, she followed the river up where the blood was coming from. and she sees this big black thing, thinking it's an animal of some kind that's injured, but it's actually a person with a giant black cloak on. So he like grabs her and holds her against him and like covers her mouth because he's being hunted, and he's like, you need to be quiet or they're gonna kill us both. And she's mumbling at him, and he takes his hand off her mouth and goes, what are you mumbling about? She goes, this is just very typical for me, she whispered. Being pulled to the ground by a stranger? He said in a tone that sounded suspiciously curious. Well, not this exact situation. I'm on page 5. Why is there already witty banter? Why? Also, why did I enunciate witty? Witty banter. Witty. Oh, I can already tell this is going to be a good book. I'm on page 5. Why is this... I'm sorry, guys. I have my Callie, the one who was crawling all over me earlier, that meowing, she's laying in front of our TV on the ground where she does this every single night now. She lays down and she like lays on her back, like side, and she just like washes her face, and she's just so cute. Not me mimicking my cat washing her face. But she's very, very cute, and if my camera wasn't all the way over there, I would show you, but my camera's all the way over there, and that's a lot of work, so... Back to the villaining. Hello, my loves. Hello, my besties. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome in. Hi. I have started reading Assistant to the Villain. Not started. I am on chapter 20. This book is amazing so far. I'm really, really enjoying it. It's not what I expected it to be, honestly. I don't know why I didn't think that it was going to be a fantasy, but that's just me being a little bit delusional, I guess. It's just not knowing my things. But this is by Hannah Nicole Maurer, and it's so good. It's about a girl who loses her job, and she's got a sick father and a 10-year-old sister who depend on her. So she loses her job, and she basically goes like to this stream. She walks to the stream in the woods, and she just kind of like goes and tries to splash some water on her face to calm herself down, and suddenly the river turns red from blood. So she follows it like any sane person does. You know, you follow the blood, you don't run from it. But that's beside the point. And meets our lovely villain. She is not afraid of him at all, but he offers her a job, essentially, to be his assistant and come work for him, which she takes up the offer because obviously she really needs the job to take care of her family, but it's been so good so far, and seeing their, like, chemistry has been really fun. Like, it's just kind of trying not to be anything, but also, like, you can see the little touches here and there of them kind of starting to open up a bit more to each other and kind of starting to see little touches of potential romance there, which is really fun. But there's been so much happening in this already. And last night before I went to bed, I had read a little bit last night, and I was going to stop at the end of the chapter I was on, right? And then it ended on a spot that I could, in fact, not stop. And I had to keep reading. So we shut off the lights. My fiance, like, went to bed, and I pulled out my Kindle and read it on there because it is on Kindle Unlimited. So I read it on Kindle for a while, and then I finally made myself go to sleep because, you know, girls gotta go to work, right? Which I'm working from home today. I am currently on a break, so I figured I would update. But I am on chapter 20, and I was planning on reading a bit during my work day, just like during break and stuff, during lunch. So hopefully we will get to see what's all coming next, but this has been really, really good so far. know there's supposed to be a third act conflict, but why do I feel like it already happened and I've only read this much? Like, I'm literally only on page 150, and it feels like this was a conflict already. Does that mean there's going to be another one? Because I'm not ready for another one. Like, it's like the trust was gone, and now they're not near each other anymore. But they're both unhappy about it. I swear to God, if another conflict comes up in this portion, I'm going to be so upset. I can't do multiple conflicts. That's asking too much. It is so good, though. I really like the characters. Except for one of them. I'm not really a fan of one of them. I don't, dislike her, but I don't like her. I just think she thinks she's better than everybody, and I don't like that. We must continue, because I need to know what happens. I need to know. Kingsley, who's this little, oh wait, this little guy. This is Kingsley. He's named that, and that's why he's got a crown. He asked him if there was anywhere else he could be, and the little frog hopped off his desk and hopped 2 feet over to the window and sat on the sill instead. So he didn't leave the room, he just moved a couple feet. He's so cute. He's just a little frog, and he just holds up signs with one word on them. The villain had taken her home in his carriage one day, so she didn't have to walk back in the dark. And Kingsley came with them, and when he opened the carriage door and the frog was sitting there, he just held up a little sign that said, "Help," H-A-L-P, and he was like, could you not, why are you trying to get away? He treats this little frog so well, and it was just like, help. Every time he sees new people, he puts up his little help sign. Like he needs to be rescued. It's so cute. He realized his lips had parted as she was speaking, and he was currently gaping at her like a deranged fish. The villain is doesn't know what to say. And he looks over at Kingsley on the windowsill, and he's just holding up his little sign, and it says, "Speak." Kingsley's my favorite character. You don't see him a whole lot, but when you do, the one word is always just... he called him a blockhead earlier with his sign. It's just so good. It's literally just little stupid things like this, okay? He tells her, dispense with the dramatics. It's not as if I told you I have a nightlight. And she's like, sir, do you have a nightlight? He shook his head and rubbed his eyes with the back of his hand, mumbling, I don't not have one. It's just, their relationship is so cute. She just brings out these cute little fun, she's the only one who can make him laugh, that kind of thing, and their little banter is just so good, and it's so innocent. There's nothing spicy about it. It's just innocent banter, and I love it so much. And I swear, if we start getting spicy, I'm gonna be really excited. I can't wait to see where their relationship goes. I love it so much. So much. read one sentence. She said something to him, and his response is, "How dare you?" Oh, you're not all bad, are you? How dare you? Like, I honestly, their relationship is just so good. Like, it's not even like a relationship. They're just like, their business relationship, and like, kind of like a friendship that's growing, but they're not even like actually friends. It's just so good. Like, the banter is so good. I can't say it enough. It's amazing. This book is, it's really good. I'm glad I picked this one first. Hello, my loves. Hello, my besties. Hi. So I haven't updated in a little bit. It's been a few days, but I did finish Assistant to the Villain. It was very good. I gave it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. There was a twist that I did not see coming at all. Maybe I should have, but I did not. But it, like, blew my mind. But it was really good. I enjoyed it. There was some fun, witty banter, and the relationship between them in this book, it doesn't really get, like, super involved, I guess. Like, it's very much growing still. Like, there was a couple little things, like, toward the end that made it a little bit more of a romantic-y kind of thing, but for not necessarily romantic situations. But it was really good. I really enjoyed it. I got through it pretty quick when I was actually able to sit down and read. And I think my favorite character is Kingsley the Frog. He's on the cover with his little help sign. He's really cute. He gives some good little comedic relief moments with him and his little signs. And some of the banter between all the characters is really funny in this. And it's really nice to start to see, like, the characters opening up to each other more, which I really enjoyed. But I did really like this. And then the next book we are going to be heading into now, which I did get the second book to this, but I'm not going to read it right away. I probably will read it during this month or next month, probably, and just automatically put it on my TBR for next month. But this was really good. And our next book, which I sent my TBR to my best friend, and I was like, hey, pick one of these books for my next book. And she picked The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager, which I'm very excited to read. I've heard a lot of great things about this. And it's going to fit in perfectly to spooky season, which I really love. It's about a girl named Casey Fletcher, who is a recently widowed actress trying to escape a streak of bad press. And she's retreated to the peace and quiet of her family's lake house in Vermont. But this looks really good. I'm very excited to read it. I already have my bookmark stuck in there for starting it up. But I'm really excited for this as our next book. I hope you guys check out The Assistant to the Villain. It's really good. If you guys like it, let me know. Let me know what you think. If you don't like it, you can still let me know. I'll just be a little sad about it. But yeah. And now we're going to get started with The House Across the Lake. That's really creepy. It looks like a face reflected with the little mouth right there. It's a little creepy. I have gotten a decent way into House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. We are on page 87. I read for a bit last night. I didn't record any of it because Devin was going to be going to bed, so I was just reading it. I had my flashlight on over here, but once he comes up to go to bed, I've been trying to turn it off for him because it does keep him up. But it's starting to pick up a little bit. We've met the neighbors across the way. We met another neighbor that's right next door to our main person, Casey. It looks like it's going to be a really good read. It has been so far. Catherine's husband, Tom, might be hiding secrets, but Catherine also seems like she might be hiding something. So I guess we'll see how that all turns out. I'm very excited to continue on with this. I started The Haunting of Hill House because I found on one of the, like, BookBub, I think is what it's called, I found it was on sale for $1 for ebook. So I got that so I could read this one because this is also part of our TBR. So I also started this one. This one's a little bit more slow going. I really hope that I start to like it a bit more. So far it's not really pulling me in. I'm on page 27, I think. Yeah, 27. And it's just written... Like, I know that this is a bit of an older book, but it's... I don't know, I'm just struggling a little bit more with reading it, and I can't seem to get into it as quickly. Yeah, copyright was in 1959. We're still kind of in that build-up portion right now, so I guess that also could be a reason that I'm struggling a little bit more, because it's not really, there's not really anything happening. I really do like this cover, though. It's a bit creepy. Like, it's a little bit of a creepier cover. But it's got really cool, like, distressed, like, the uneven sides for the paper edges, which is really cool. Following Eleanor, who is, she's just getting to oh my god, the struggle. She's just getting to Hill House, where I'm at right now. She, like, just pulled up to the gate. So we still have 3 other people that were invited that we have to meet. So I'm getting there on this one. I hope that it picks up a little bit and that I can actually get more into it, because I really, really, really want to like this. I'm hoping to get a decent way through this tonight. It's already 8:45, so I won't have a too long to read tonight, since I gotta get stuff ready for work tomorrow. But we're gonna read for a bit and see how far we can get into this. Hello friends, hi, happy Wednesday. So, I've been making a good amount of progress on the books that I'm currently reading. Yesterday I did some cleaning around the room and I listened to like 4 hours of Leather and Lark, and it's so good. I love that series. The Ruinous Love series is so good by Bryn Weaver. I would show you the book. I don't have it physically. I have it on audiobook, obviously. But it's been very good so far. I'm really enjoying it. The romance has been like, it's been like an enemies to lovers kind of thing, and it's been slowly building up, which has been really fun. Like, it's been a really slow build up. I think I'm like 75-80% of the way done, and we're just getting spice and stuff. So that's been a very fun change to come about. But the story's been really good, and it's really cool seeing a completely different side of characters. Like the first one, they're both well-known serial killers. And in this one, it's the brother of the guy in the first one and the best friend of the main girl in the first one. So you still get touches of both of them in this one too, because obviously it's family and stuff, which is really fun. I've really enjoyed the little sprinkles of them throughout as well. But it's been really, really fun. It's been a good, fun read. It's been going by very quickly, and it helps a lot with getting stuff done. It kept me so engaged in what I was doing yesterday because I was just sitting there listening to it while I did the cleaning around the room, which really needed to be done. Needed to be done desperately. So that was nice to be able to do. I hope you guys enjoy the change of scenery. I'm sitting at my desk because I am working at the moment. Well, I'm on a break at the moment, but I have my work stuff pulled up on my computer, so I am sitting at my desk, and I have like this nice little leaf background that I've had for a while, and you can kind of see my TBR stuff behind me. And right here, which we'll talk about really quick, I had made the other day some monthly like bingo boards. So I made a different one for every single month. I have the October one, which I have right here, which is really cute. It's got a little ghost jack-o'-lantern in the middle. So I am going to try to fill out as much of this as possible. I want to get at least 2 bingos, because there's no way I'm going to be able to do the whole board unless I mark off each book for more than 1 square, because there's more than 10 squares here, more than 12 squares here, so there's no way for me to be able to finish the board. I want to try to do as much as I can, so I may end up going back through and like, I have one thing put down for each of the things. Like each book has 1 spot so far. Like looking through this, I don't think all of them do at the moment, because I don't have like 6 of Crows, Legends and Lattes, Bride, Morbidly Yours. Those aren't on here yet, but I have Hill House and House Across the Lake, Leather and Lark. Those are all on here. Haunting Adeline is on here. So I want to try to fill out some of this during this month as well. I'm almost halfway through the House Across the Lake, and I'm like 12% through Haunting of Hill House. I've been reading this one mostly on my Kindle, but I may read some of it out of the book come today. I want to try to get through a lot of this one though today while we're doing our stuff, and then see where we go from there, and then we'll have to choose the next read. I think I want to save Phantasma and either Bride or Morbidly Yours till more Halloween time. I really want to read Phantasma, but I think I'm going to save it for the end of the month just because it seems like so much more of a Halloween vibe. So I'm thinking that we're either going to pick up 6 of Crows, Haunting Adeline maybe. I'm very, very nervous to read Haunting Adeline. It's going to be my first like truly dark romance. I'm sorry, you guys might hear little yips at some point, because my boy, my Koopy's down here sleeping. He's doing a dream. Sorry, I had to take a little video of him so I could pop it into the vlog. But yeah, so we're gonna try to get through a good amount of the House Across the Lake. It's definitely picking up a bit. I left off last night. I read probably about 20 pages just before bed because I got really tired. Catherine's missing, so the woman across the lake is missing, and Casey, our main character, has been very worried, has been trying to get in touch with her, and has basically been doing some sleuthing of her own. Like, she's noticed that Catherine's phone is still at the lake, not back in New York City where her husband claims that she is, that she's like posting on Instagram, but she doesn't even have her phone, and the pictures like are taken by somebody else. But it's just a whole lot of stuff, and they got a state police officer involved. I believe it's a state police officer, because one of the guys that lives in the house next to hers on the same side of the lake as Casey, he has been staying with the family next to her while he's been fixing up their house, and he used to be a police officer, and he brought in, I'm assuming she's his old partner before he left the force, but he and Casey have quite a bit in common. They both have lost spouses before. Like, this starts out, the reason she's at the lake is because her husband passed away, and her family sent her there because she's an actress and she was getting really bad publicity, and she's been drinking. So they sent her to the lake to try to kind of let her grieve and then bring herself back to her normal day-to-day instead of doing a lot of alcohol and getting into trouble. Really picking up. It's getting really, really good. I'm very excited to see where the end of this goes. I know that this is kind of one of a lot of people's favorites from Riley Sager. I'm really enjoying his writing. I will probably be picking up more of his books at some point. I am having a little bit of trouble reading The Haunting of Hill House, and I don't know if it's just because it's the setup at the beginning and we're not really like at the house experiencing it yet. But this one, like, I'm only on page, I think, 27. I haven't read any more of this one yet, but it's just been kind of slow, and I think that's why I'm having trouble kind of like grasping stuff, because I'm getting distracted. Like, my mind kind of ventures off with this because it's not hooking me yet. But I think once we actually get into where we're fully in the actual house and things start happening more and we meet everybody else, I feel like then I'll be a little bit more drawn into it, because I really did love the show. I didn't know there was a movie though, so I'm gonna have to check that out, because I did see somebody, I saw somebody do a review of this on, it was either Fable or Goodreads, I think Fable, and they were saying that they loved the movie and the show, and I didn't know there was a movie, so I'm gonna have to look up the movie because I will want to see it. But I really loved the show, and Devin and I are thinking about watching it again during this month, just to, you know, spooky season. But I really want to enjoy this, and I really wanted to read it when I found out that, I remembered that it was a book. So hopefully once it starts picking up more, I'll be able to like breeze through it pretty quick, because this is only like 200 and something pages. It's not very long, which is nice. It'll be a nice little palate cleanser before moving into one of the bigger books again. But yeah, so we're gonna do some reading of The House Across the Lake, and I will give you guys some updates as we go. I'm currently on page 172. Holy crap. I went to bed at the wrong time. Oh, the twists, guys. The twists are twisting. The twists are twisting in this. I didn't see this coming. I don't think it's, like, it's definitely a twist, but I don't know if it's actually going to lead anywhere. But then part of me thinks, because we're going, in this book, it goes between now and before. Like, there's little chapter, like a little chapter, like a couple pages that's from before. Or before is the, like, bigger sections, and then there's little pages that say now. And in the now, like, Casey's got somebody in her house that she's holding hostage. And I originally thought it was one person, and now I think it's a different person. And I'm shook, because the person that I think it is now, I really like. And now I don't think I'm supposed to like them, because they might be a serial killer. This isn't fair. I don't like this. So now I gotta get back into this and see where this takes us, because I had to get up and let the dog out quick. He's now flopped down on the ground over there. But I'm gonna be really upset if it's him. I'm so confused. I am so confused. I'm confused. I don't know what else to say. This just, the twists are twisting again, and I can't even say anything about it without spoiling it. But I don't think, oh no. The person I thought was the bad guy, I don't think is the bad guy. And the person that I didn't think was the bad guy, I think is now the bad guy. But then there's just another twist. And I didn't see it coming. I don't even know how this is even more. Is this a psychological thriller? Because it's messing with my head. I thought this was just... The back of this literally says, it's a familiar psychological thriller structure until everything changes. A page-turning climax. It's page-turning, and everything sure as heck did just change. And I don't really know how to deal with it. I'm so confused. Oh my god, this book is messing with my head. It's neither of the he's that I thought that she has trapped. And the he is a he but not a he, but it's... Oh my lord. I can't. Guys, this book, y'all need to read this. Holy. Riley Sager is really getting all up in my brain right now. Guys, I'm What? Hello, my loves. Hello, my besties. Hi. Happy Thursday. I just wanted to pop in and close out the reading vlog. I did, in fact, last night finish reading The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. This was so good. I loved this. It had me gripped the entire time. There were so many twists, which you guys will have seen previous to this clip, but there were so many twists throughout this. There were at least, I gotta say, there were like 5 different twists, and so often I didn't see them coming. There were a few that there was one, I believe, that I saw coming, but other than that, I didn't see them coming, and I was so taken aback, and you'll see that in the clips. You will have seen that in the clips prior to this one. But I ended up giving it, let me pull up my Goodreads because I don't remember. I think I gave it like a 4.5. My books. That's the wrong shelf. Red. Yeah, I gave it a 4.5 stars. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. It was such a good thriller, and it was such a nice change of pace to what I've been reading, because I've been reading a lot of fantasy. Like, aside from Butcher and Blackbird, I've mostly been reading fantasy. So it was definitely a nice change of pace. Perfect for the October season, which means we do get to cross off one of our October bingos. I'm debating doing more than 1 square per book, because I only have 10 books on my October reading TBR, so like I just don't think there's no way for me to go about finishing it if I don't do that or get close to finishing it. But I did get House Across the Lake, which has a mostly black cover. It's mostly black. So that's going to mark off that square for us. So if we want to get a bingo this way, we're going to need a paranormal book and a fairy tale retelling. I also finished Leather and Lark today on my audiobook, so we'll cross out the audiobook for Leather and Lark. I finished that. That was also very good. I gave it a 4.75. The build-up for their relationship was so much different than that of Butcher and Blackbird. It was so good. It was like an enemies to lovers kind of thing, and they did a marriage of convenience and a marriage for safety, not for love, but then they ended up falling in love, and it was so good and so dirty. It was like, until maybe 75% of the way through, it wasn't that spicy, right? And then all of a sudden, spice galore, okay? It was buck wild. And there's a bonus chapter in the book, and I was thoroughly unprepared for that. It was very graphic, very in-depth, but it was good. It was very spicy. So if you like spice, definitely give them a chance. It's really, really good though. Like, this whole series, the Ruinous Love series, is so different to me. Like, I hadn't heard of anything where it's like serial killers who fall in love for the first one, and the second one is about the best friend of the girl in the first one and the brother of the guy in the first one, and they both also have slightly troubled backgrounds and not slightly, quite troubled backgrounds and hobbies that they like to partake in. So it's just really, really good. And I'm really, really excited to get to the next one. This, I think it's Scythe and Sparrow is the third one about the third brother. So I'm very excited for that. I think that comes out relatively soon. I want to say like beginning of next year. So that'll be really exciting. I can't wait to read that. I really, those are definitely going to be books that I'm going to be able to read again. I don't know if House Across the Lake I'll read again. If I do, it'll be a while from now so that I'm kind of like forget what had happened. But they were both really good and I really enjoyed them. I do unfortunately have to say that I am soft DNFing Haunting of Hill House. I don't have my book with me at the moment. It's over yonder. But I am going to be DNFing Haunting of Hill House for the time being. I have tried to sit down and read it multiple times. I'm on page 31 and I realized today, like, I was trying to read it a little bit throughout the day and I would read maybe one page and then be on my phone or starting a YouTube video or something. Like, I could not get into it and I feel like I'm not giving it a very fair shot, so I'm not going to just DNF it and not ever go back to it. I think I'm just not in the mood for that book. Like, I'm really in a thriller kind of mood and fantasy and like a cozy fall vibe kind of mood. I'm not really in the mood for that. And the writing's it's not bad writing at all. It's just so different than what I'm used to because it was originally published much later than all the other stuff I've been reading. So I feel like I'm just having a really hard time grasping everything. And then we're still in the build-up part of it, so like I'm sure it's going to get a lot better once things actually pick up, but I just can't get through that right now, and I really don't want to put myself in a reading slump by continuing to push myself to read something that isn't hooking my interest. So I think we're going to switch off to a different book. I think I already have one that was picked out. Devin, my fiance, picked for me to start Legends and Lattes next. So I have that one over by the bed to start reading today. And I also think I'm going to start Haunting Adeline. I think I'm going to start Haunting Adeline because this book I can both read paperback and I can do it on Kindle Unlimited. So I think this is the next one that I'm going to pick up as well. I'm going to do this one and Legends and Lattes. How long is this book? 583. But it's not like huge. The pages aren't super stuffed. So that'll be nice. And it looks like there's pictures and stuff throughout it, which is cool. Oh, they're like letters and stuff. So this is going to be one of the next reads in the next reading vlog, and along with Legends and Lattes. And I might start reading something else as well. I don't have any more credits for audiobook right now for Audible, so I won't be doing another audiobook at the moment. I think we're going to do this in Legends of Lattes, and if I do decide I'm going to pick up another book for the next reading vlog as well, which I don't know if it's going to happen because this is almost 600 pages, and Legends and Lattes is like 300 and something, and like I said, I do work full-time, so it's very hard for me to be able to like pump out books that quickly. I think it helped me this week because they weren't as long, and one of them was an audiobook. So hopefully I'll be able to get at least those two done and then maybe head into another one. But we'll see. If I pick up another one, it'll probably end up being like Morbidly Yours because it's a shorter book. It's smaller. But yeah, so that's a little bit of a wrap up for this reading vlog. Thank you guys for hanging out with me and for helping me and being with me through the start of my booktube journey. I really, really appreciate it. I highly recommend The House Across the Lake and The Assistant to the Villain and Leather and Lark. So if any of those books seem like they are something you would enjoy, please check them out. And if you do, let me know what you think. I hope you like them. I hope you guys stay happy, healthy, and safe. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.